What's the right thing to do? Can you just, can life happen and everything just stop? Life can't happen and everything just stop, you understand? Because that's when problems start to occur. The decisions you make, do they affect you? Yes. They can affect you long term, they can affect you short term. It's on you. It depends on you. But it's up to you to decide what happens. Hey, you are the only one that can control your mind. Nobody can control your mind. Nobody can control what you do. I can tell you what to do. I can give you advice. I can mentor you. I can tell you to do this, do that. I can tell you this is probably the right thing to do. But you have to make that decision. Yes, sir.
Trainer, got it? Yes, sir. Hey, freaking, we still gotta remediate all our freaking weapon technique, right? Yes, sir. Reset. Welcome up. Yes, sir. Smash, right? Yes, sir. Slash. Set. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Here we go with that slash.
Today they are doing the obstacle course. This is their second time doing the obstacle course this cycle. The whole course consists of a lot of the upper body strength and lower body and mixture with some cardio to really test their ability to kind of overcome some of the obstacles using their leg muscles, some of their triceps, chest, pretty much a full body workout actually. But they're pretty spent afterwards. So.
It helps them build upper body strength. It helps with confidence, and then as well as the other exercises they perform outside of the yoga course, it helps them build strength, and it gets them comfortable with the fireman's carry and all the buddy drives that they do in the CFT.
Today the recruits are going to be conducting their basic swim call. This is the first graduation requirement they have when they come to recruit training. The first event is a 25-meter shallow water assessment. They're going to get in the shallow in the pool. It's 4 feet of water. They're going to swim across the other end without touching the bottom using one of our 6 authorized strokes. After that, the second event is a 25-meter conduct self-rescue. That's going to be either jump off a 10-foot tower, go in with their arms crossed to prevent any shoulder injuries, anything like that. They're going to swim 25 meters past the ladder that we have in the pool. They're going to get out there. After that is the 4-minute stand surface. For 4-minute stand surface, all they simply have to do is keep their head out of water for 4 minutes. During this, we teach them how to lay on their back and float, remain calm, or we teach them how to inflate their blouse. There's also a way we teach them how to inflate their trousers. Next event is the 25-meter employee flotation. So the 25-meter employee flotation, all they're going to do, we teach them how to inflate their main packs, how to pack them properly so that if they were thrown into the water, they would float, and they would just use these packs, swim 25 meters, and then they would get out, same area. And the last event is the shallow water gear shed. So for the shallow water gear shed, all they're simply going to do is put on a flak jacket Kevlar rifle. This event gives them confidence to go underwater, to be able to take all that gear off and then come back up in a nice calm way. A lot of these recruits never swam before. They come here not having a lot of knowledge on how to swim. So this is a huge confidence booster for them. The ones that are able to swim find out they do how to swim, or the ones that don't, that we spend some time teaching them, and then they find out, oh, hey, I actually am able to do this.
My name is Staff Sergeant Christopher Hobbs. I am the Crucible Chief at Weapons and Field Training Battalion. I'm also in charge of all SIRST operations, tower operations, as well as gas chamber operations here at Parris Island. So what happens is they come out here, they conduct a fast rope, in which they fast rope up a 30-foot platform, and then they move over and receive classes. Once they receive the classes, which is going over military rappel seat tying, we'll go ahead and secure them, and then we'll move up to the tower, in which they will conduct a rappelling off of a static line, which is 47 feet tall. So before they do any kind of the training, we demonstrate everything. So we'll demonstrate the fast rope, we'll demonstrate going off of the skid and going off of the wall. Before they do that, we have a small wall demonstration to where they can see close hand, and they'll come around and we'll tell them everything from how to utilize their gear and how to properly rappel using brake hand, using their guide hands. And then they'll get 2 different demonstrations on top of the tower in which they'll be able to see before they even conduct the training.
Hey, she's not falling, right? No. The belayman locked her out, right? Yes, sir. Hey, if this happens to you, if you let go.
So a lot of the recruits are actually afraid of heights. It's like one of the biggest things out here for them, unfortunately. So whenever they get up here, it takes a little bit of mentoring on our portion to assist them on getting down the tower so that they can conduct the qualification.
I'm more or less on a platoon sergeant, but when I come down the range, I walk up and down the lines, assisting in coaches, assisting blocks with those troubleshooters. The biggest role that coaches play out here is taking these recruits, and they come out here knowing nothing. You got to build them up all the way to becoming a basic rifleman. You got recruits coming in from all different walks of life. Some of them have never shot a gun before in their life, so that's one of the biggest obstacles you got to overcome. Is they're coming in, they're nervous, and you got to make sure that they become confident manipulating these weapons. Our qualification rating is roughly around like 96–97%. So the progression between recruits on day 1 to day 4 or 5 is just a complete difference in day and night.
I'm Colonel Randy Hoffman. I am the commanding officer of Weapons and Field Training Battalion, Parris Island. The recruits on Chosin Range this morning are doing Table 1 qualification. The purpose of this Table 1 is for the recruit to apply everything he or she has learned up to this point in boot camp and recruit training. The Marine Corps focuses on every Marine being a rifleman. So what does that mean? It means that that Marine, regardless of their background, regardless if they grew up in the country shooting or they've touched this weapon for the first time, they're going to learn it at the same level. They're going to know it as well as they would know one of their best friends. When they get out in the Fleet Marine Force and the operating forces, if they ever have to use that weapon to save their life, save the life of another Marine, and definitely take the life of the enemy, they'll be able to do it.
The coaches on the range and also our drill instructors, they hammer it down to us, even going into snapping techniques.
They help you step by step. They see where your weak points are and they help you with them. Say this recruit had a lot of problem with her natural point of aim and her breathing. The key thing is just staying calm and listening to what they say. As long as you listen to them, it'll be easy. It's not that much of a challenge.
It's been pretty fun. Just did Table 2 today for practice. It's been, the first relay was pretty fun. Yeah, I got all my shots into the chest, so I'm feeling pretty good.
Come on, hurry up. Hand, wrap around the leg. Give me a hand, grab the wrist, all right?
So the combat endurance course is a series of obstacles laid out on a 2.5-mile course here on Page Field that tests the recruits' endurance and their ability to work as a team. The end state of our combat endurance course is, again, to test the combat endurance of each and every single recruit, their willingness and ability to not only work as a part of a team, but to contribute to that team as they all are given the opportunity to work as squad leaders or team leaders and accept a certain sense of accountability throughout the exercise. And ultimately, we hope that it drives them to decision points where if they're faced with them at any other point in their life, that they know how to engage that decision-making process. The biggest takeaway that myself and our drill instructors are hoping to impart on them is that they can count on each other in any climate, in any place, to accomplish any mission, whether it's personal, professional, and just to really give the recruit the sense of accomplishment at the end of this exercise.
So right now the recruits are conducting warrior training. They're doing buddy team rushes. Prior to coming out here, they'll get classes on buddy team rushes. They'll get a class on cover and concealment.
Yes, sir.
At first they kind of get it explained to them, and then today is kind of the first time where they'll start applying that in small teams. I guess our overall goal is, again, that small unit leadership, them working together and relying on one another to get through obstacles. So now they're pushing through the obstacle, not only doing that, but they're also applying some of the fundamentals that they learned about marksmanship and muzzle awareness and stuff like that. The first time that the drill instructors are on the actual course itself, they'll kind of guide the recruit. They'll push the recruit through. Now, if the recruit does something wrong, then they'll tell them to get back and try it again, hopefully making the adjustments needed to negotiate the obstacle the right way.
The maneuver under fire is a tactical movement where recruits will start low crawling, move into a baby crawl, and then they'll conduct a series of zigzags, and then pick up another recruit, put them on their back, carry them back, and then all finish out carrying ammo cans. The maneuver under fire, the drill instructors kind of guide each recruit through every single portion of the exercise. Through the running portion, through any of the ground movement. The emotions they're probably facing right now are fear of, since it's their final combat fitness test, they have to pass this. This is a graduation requirement. Pick it up!
Final drill and evaluation of how the platoon conducts themselves throughout the training cycle. It shows discipline, it shows confidence in the leader and in the platoon. It shows what they learned so far throughout the training cycle. Throughout the training cycle, there's close order drill periods. Also, there's 4 drill masters and an RTR drill master. They come out and evaluate you and give you pointers. This is where the recruits step before the graduation. It allows them to have a sense of pride, have a sense of determination to get to the P-12 parade deck. Not only do they conduct final drill, initial drill there, graduation is also conducts here, and also the Eagle Over Neck ceremony.
Hello! Drill master is pretty much the one who is the representation of their battalion, who inspects and evaluates drill, whether it be initial drill, final drill, and deals with all the drill and ceremonies for the battalion and also for the regiment.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 together. Drop, chin, slide, spearhead.
The recruits conduct close order drill probably 3 to 4 times a week, either on their parade deck within their battalions or either here at the main parade deck. Close order drill is very important in recruit training. It's pretty much the foundation of everything that instills and teaches discipline, instant willingness, obedience to orders. It also teaches them commitment and pretty much being driven by himself. There's no other United States military branch that conducts close order drill and recruit training like the Marine Corps.
4, 5, 6, 6.